God, it's nice to have some natural light, because for once I actually opened my curtains. Swear I'm like a vampire. Hi guys, it's Corey. Today I wanted to talk about packing. Again, this is like something that not all trans people want to do because maybe they can't afford them or they just feel uncomfortable. And with some, I know it gets like this for me as well sometimes, but the thought of having to put a fake one there is obviously just a reminder that you don't actually have anything, and it kind of gets a little depressing. But there are a few things you can use. So before I actually bought a prosthetic, I used to pack with socks, and for any friends watching this will remember the great times we've had with that. There are a few ways of doing it. Some will just get a pair of socks, roll them up, stick it in. I got the elastic part of a pair of boxers, cut a hole in, got 2 socks, rolled them up individually and like taped them together, and tape, especially on a hot day when you can feel it rubbing on your leg, not the best thing. I've had so many problems with that. Best one has to be, no joke, going to a cubicle, pull everything down, and one of the socks came off and went flying across the cubicle. So glad it didn't fall outside. Now there are a few different types of packers you can buy. You can get really cheap ones that are literally made just to pack. I've heard a really good one for that is the Mr. Limpy. I think there's them. I think there's one called the Sailor. I think there's the Masho packer. There's all sorts. Another ones you can get, like the one I've got, can be used as a packer and an STP, which if you don't know what that means, it basically just means I can actually stand up to pee. The one I've got is the Jimmy STP, would recommend. The third, I think there might possibly be a fourth, but I don't think there's much difference, is the 3-in-1, which basically means you can pack, pee and play, which I don't recommend, especially for the play, unless you've already got some growth down there or until you've been on hormones for a while. I've heard it works better then. I mean, you could probably use it like pre-T as well, but it might not be as fun. And I believe there's also a 4-in-1, but I can't remember what the 4th function is. But for them, there's all sorts. Companies like Peacock do a lot of good realistic prosthetics. There's a European version of that, I can't remember what it's called, Emisteel or something. Again, pretty much the same as Peacock, but just a European version. And even when I've had a look, to be honest, I found it is a bit harder to find prosthetics that are uncircumcised. So a lot of the ones like the Jimmy are circumcised. There are toys as well. I watch a lot of reviews. I watch a lot of like Chase Ross and that, and he does a lot of reviews on other toys as well. Some other ones again done for like trans guys that are like the shot pocket and stuff. And there's one that used to be called the Bono. Apparently it's now been changed to the joystick or something, which is not one to be used as a pack or anything. It's pretty much just to play. But I've heard it's possibly like the most realistic one yet. STPs, I'm kind of going by his reviews because again I watch a lot of them, and the only one I've got again is the Jimmy, so I don't know about the others. But I've heard a lot of things about the Easy P, which it's not as realistic, but when it comes to peeing, it's much easier. Some of them, like the Easy P, have like a no spill lip, so obviously you don't pee yourself basically. Unlike the Jimmy, which doesn't. But no matter what prosthetic you get, if you get an STP, it's always easier to start like practice with it at home, like in the shower or something first, because also you don't want to go out, go to the toilet, use it for the first time and pee yourself in public. And actually, to go with the packers and stuff, there are some things you can get to help hold it in place. So there are some boxes and briefs and stuff that are actually designed with a pocket inside that you can actually place the packer in, and it just sits there. You can also get obviously like your jock straps, there's harnesses, which I really need to buy one actually, because the other thing you can do is you can just wear really tight boxes, which I've done, and they've ended up turning out more like briefs, and I don't really like briefs. But there are like some different kind of harnesses you can get. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but one of them's like comfort harness, and then I think there's some that is made for play. But to be honest, you can use any of them. One good make I've heard of for the underwear is Rodeo. I've seen a lot of posts on Instagram, I've read a load of reviews, I've watched a load of videos, and that's one of the brands that a lot of people recommend. I think another one is FtM Down Under, basically a company from Australia. They also do underwear, and you can also get pouches. Like I think one of them's called the Joey, which basically like sticks on your underwear or something, or you place it inside. Most likely you place it inside, that would make a bit more sense. And basically your prosthetic just sits in that. I think that's it really. I just wanted to talk a bit about the different kinds you can get. The ones that probably recommend. I'll put some links to like the website, like the Rodeo website anyway down below. Got any comments, leave them down below. Questions or anything. Yeah, I think that's it really. So I will see you next week. Bye.